Well, I've been cleaning out the garage. And since I'm great at procrastination and not so good at cleaning out the garage, I got interrupted. I ran across a sheet that I had made for Bible school maybe 20 some years ago when we were studying the life of Moses and we were learning the plagues of Egypt. So I made up a list of signs so that you could memorize the plagues. The reason I did that, and I'd like to say this to all the teachers, is sometimes we get off track in class and sometimes it's a real blessing. When I was in college, my calculus teacher had a heart attack and we had to have a substitute. And I may have mentioned this before. The substitute came in and he knew the teacher was well liked and he felt like he needed to build a rapport with us. And so at the beginning of class, he usually came and said, "I've been reading the most interesting things." And he would get us to feel a little more comfortable instead of thinking about whether our professor was okay. And actually, he lived quite a long time after that. Anyway, one day he came in and he said, "I've been reading the most interesting article, how when children have learning disabilities," probably not politically correct to say that anymore, "that they can be helped to learn to read by using the large motor muscles of their arms." And I thought, works for them, it probably works for everybody. And so when I was teaching calculus and geometry, I often would make signs that I'd get the kids to memorize theorems or things like that by using hands and having them do it with me. The whole class would be doing that, and I was always amused when they were taking a test. I'd see their hands moving because that's the way they could remember, and so I know that was really helpful for all students. So when we did Bible school, I wanted the kids to know the 10 plagues of Egypt, and God gave us 10 fingers, 10 commandments, 10 plagues, easy to use your fingers to remember. So the first plague, just take the one. Oh, I've got to. I cut them. I enlarged them and made them so that you could see them a little bit better. You hold your fingers up. Hold your one finger up, and then pretend you're cursing the water. So one. I can't even see where my finger is. One. Go. Moses turned the water to blood. Got that? One. Water to blood. I've got to point in another direction. It's like being dyslexic. It is dyslexic. One. Turn the water to blood. Two. Helps you remember. Two. It's you get your two little fingers a hopping. Up, 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 up. Frogs. The second plague was frogs. Frogs came out of that Nile that was all turned to blood. They didn't want to live in there anymore, so they had a plague of frogs. So one, water to blood. Two, frogs. Three, scratch your head, oh, itches, was lice. Probably from all those flies. Four, take four, two fingers on each hand, and go like that. Things are flying away. Four, flies. Five, pretend that you're milking a cow because a whole bunch of the cattle died. It was hard. It might have been why Amenhotep, whatever it was, went hunting, because the cows all died from a plague. Six, I can't get I'm pointing to my hand because I've got a boil on it. Boils. Six is boils. Let's go back to the beginning. One, water to blood. Two, frogs. Three, lice. Four, flies. Five, the cattle died. Six, I've got boils all over everybody and the animals and everything. Yucky, yucky. Seven, don't point at anything, but see if we're going to make a seven. I'm going to make a seven like that, but you probably need to make a seven like that. Seven, and just think of it coming across and then going down and hitting the earth. That seven was hail coming down. Eight, almost like the flies, take four fingers on each hand, and go woo 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 again, because this time it was even worse than the flies. It was locusts. 9, cover your eyes and put your other hand out, because it's dark and you can't see where you're going. And 10 was the death of the firstborn. Remember, they had the Passover, and the children of Israel were eating the Passover, and God commanded that they stay up all night. And the firstborn of all the Egyptians died. I saw a video recently that said that in modern times there was some sort of gas that came up out of the earth in some village. I don't remember where. It was probably on Amazon Prime someplace. And they were saying that the gas was heavy and settled on the earth, and all the people that had slept inside the houses on the first floor died. The people on the second floor didn't die. And they indicated that in the Egyptian families, the firstborn had a place of honor, and everybody needed to know that they were the firstborn. And so they slept in a bed on the ground, whereas the rest of the family would sleep on the roof. It was sort of like a pre-identification of who the heir to the house was. And so the movie speculated that that's why the firstborn died. And of course, none of the children of Israel died because they were all staying up all night eating the Passover. Okay, let's go over this one more time. 1, the water to blood. 2, frogs. 3, lice. 4, flies. 5, the cattle. 6, boils. 7, hail. 8, locusts. 9, darkness. And 10, the death of the firstborn. Wasn't a very good video, but I hope you remember 10 plagues of Egypt. I've got them online. I'm going to try and see if I can get there from here. Maybe not. So I'll say goodbye for now. Hope you learn the 10 plagues of Egypt. Bye.